So we're going to look at some indices here, some exponent form, and we're going to do these with fractions and brackets, and we've also got some numbers in. So whenever we see a bracket, everything in the bracket has got to be raised to the power of a half, or say done to the power of a half. So this one effectively is 25 to the power of a half and x8 to the power of a half. Now that will give me 25 to the power of a half is 5, because I'm looking for the square root. And x to the power of 8, these two powers, they get multiplied together. So it gives me x to the power of 4. So before I start the next one, I'm going to flip over the fraction and make it 16 divided by x to the power of 16. And I'm going to make that to the power of 1/4. This minus here, that flips over, or the reciprocal of the fraction. Now I'm doing 16 to the power of 1/4 on top, and I'm doing x to the power of 16 to the power of 1/4. This will give me 16 to the power of 1/4 is the fourth root of 16, which is 2, because 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, that was 4 times, is 16. And on the bottom, I multiplied the 16 and the quarter to give me x to the power of 4. And actually, you could also write that as, if you didn't want to write the fraction, you could do the reciprocal of the x. So, same thing here. I'm going to flip over that fraction to begin with. And make it 2/3. So I've taken away the negative sign. Now I'm going to do 64 to the power of 2/3, which is 64 cube rooted and then squared. The cube root of 64 is 4, and then I square it, and that will give me 16. And then I multiply these two together to give me x to the power of 6. Okay, this one here. Let's distribute this 3, this cube here, through this bracket. So we have 3 cubed, which is 27. We have a to the power of 6 and b to the power of 3. This b has a power of 1 that we don't actually write. Now we're going to do 125 to the power of 1/3, which is 5. We have a to the power of 6 times 1/3, which gives me a to the power of 2. And we have b to the power of 3 to the power of 1/3, which is b. Now once I've got those, there's nothing I can really do with 27 over 5. Rewrite this, I can see where I need to come out. 27 over 5, but I can cancel that 2. A to the power of 6, take away this 2, gives me a to the power of 4. And b cubed, and I take 1 away from the power because of that 1 on the bottom, gives me that. Just remember in that rule that a to the power of 6 divided by a to the power of 2 is actually a to the power of 6 take away 2. So there we have my 4 different answers to those 4 questions, where we're combining the fractions, the negatives, and the brackets as well. Remembering we've got to do raise, for example, 25 to the power of a half.